This is Streamlined News for Monday, April 11th, 2011, brought to you by SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop. The fast swimming continued last weekend on 3 continents, with more swimmers staking claims for the top spots in the world rankings list just a little more than 3 months out from the World Championships. Most of that fast swimming occurred in Japan, where several national records fell and a couple of swimmers were introduced to the world at their World Championship trials. Kosuke Kitajima started the meet with a 59.44 in the 100 breast, putting him at the top of the world list, but he was defeated in the 200 breast by Naoya Tomita by a full second with a 2:08.25. Kitajima was second in 2:09.26, and Kazuki Otsuka was third in 2:09.94, making them the only 3 swimmers under 2:10 this year. Otsuka will not be able to race the 200 breast at Worlds, as only the top 2 finishers are selected in each event. Takeshi Matsuda bumped Michael Phelps off the top of the world rankings in the 200 fly with a 1:54.12. Ryusuke Sakata bumped Phelps further down the list with a second place time of 1:55.11. Phelps still stands third with a 1:55.4 from last month. Ryusuke Irie won the 100 and 200 backstrokes in very fast times. His 53.10 in the 100 is just 1/100th off his best time from last year, but his 1:54.08 in the 200 is well ahead of anyone else in the world this year. In fact, the time would have won the Pan Pacific Championships gold medal last summer. Yosuke Miyamoto put Japan on the map in the men's 1500 free with a winning time of 14:57.56 to become the first Japanese swimmer under 15 minutes. On the women's side, Aya Terakawa posted the fastest 100 backstroke in the world with a 59.17, just missing out on her national record of 59.13, but making her the likely top contender for the gold in the event at Worlds. Terakawa has been on the international scene for many years, but has not won a medal at Worlds or the Olympics. The Dutch are hosting a number of international stars in addition to a few of their own at the Eindhoven Cup this week. The race of the meet so far was the men's 100 fly, which was won by Jory Verlinden of the Netherlands with a 51.35, just a 10th off Michael Phelps' world-leading time of 51.75, and 100 off the time Takuro Fuji won the event earlier with at the Japanese Nationals. But maybe the bigger story of the race was the second-place finisher, Milorad Kavik, who finished second in 52.10 for the 4th fastest time in the world. Kavik, who many will remember from the final of the 100 fly at the 2008 Olympics and 2009 World Championships, sat out last summer's racing to undergo back surgery, and it appears the Serbian is back on track. Another great comeback story in Eindhoven was Marlene Veldhuis's second-place finish in the women's 50 free. Like Kavik, Veldhuis didn't compete in 2010, with Veldhuis giving birth to a girl last June. And she's back to give the Dutch a chance to repeat as world champion in the 400 free relay. Veldhuis's time of 24.54 puts her second in the world, while winner Ronomi Kromowidjojo put up a time of 24.35 to lead in the world rankings. The Dutch have the top 4 times in the world in the event, but only 2 swimmers per country can compete in each event at Worlds, which will leave Inge Dekker and Heikelin Schroeder watching the race from the stands. World record holder Sarah Sjöström put up the second fastest 100 fly time in the world with a 57.32, and Stefan Nystuen almost joined Fred Bousquet and Elaine Bernard in the sub-22 second club this year in the 50 free with a time of 22.01. With the U.S. team already picked for the World Championships, the Americans were mostly swimming through hard training last weekend at the USA Swimming Grand Prix meet in Ann Arbor. Phelps found himself in 4th place in the 200 fly, with China's Wu Peng, who trains in Ann Arbor, winning in 1:56.62, and Marcin Cieslak and Tyler Clary touching out Phelps for second and third. Phelps was also touched down the 200 IM, with Usma Luli taking that event in 1:59.42 over Phelps' 1:59.63. Phelps did win 3 events, the 100 fly in 52.30, the 200 free in 1:48.45, and the 100 back in 54.15. Tyler Clary had a standout meet, winning the 400 free in 3:51.5, the 400 IM in 4:16.74, and the 200 back in 1:56.61. The 200 back time is 3rd in the world. Ryan Lochte continues to swim through the Grand Prix meets. He didn't win any events, but challenged Phelps for the 100 back win, finishing second in 54.85 and second in the 200 back with a 2:00.21. Natalie Coughlin has to look at her first meet of 2011 as a success. She won the 100 back in 1:00.04 and was second to teammate Dana Vollmer in both the 100 fly and 100 free. Cesar Cielo won the sprint freestyles in convincing fashion. His 50 time of 22:08 is 5th in the world, while his winning time of 49:12 in the 100 is just 15th. With Missy Franklin sitting out this round of the Grand Prix, Usma Luli is slowly shrinking Franklin's points lead in the Grand Prix series. Maluli has 66 points to Franklin's 77, but Franklin has said she will not accept the $20,000 grand prize if she wins the series. Maluli looks to be the person to take that check as he has a comfortable cushion in second place. The next stop in the series is in 4 weeks in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we've got lots of recaps for you from all 3 meets on swimmingworld.com. Down in Australia, the national team coaching staff is getting a big shakeup over the weekend when it was announced that Bill Sweetenham will return to Australia to help mentor the top coaches in Australia. Sweetenham has been working with Spain's coaching staff, which appears to have paid off at last December Short Course Worlds, where Spain won 4 medals. Before working with Spain, Sweetenham helped bring Great Britain to swimming prominence in time for the 2008 Olympics, but he helped guide some of Australia's legendary swimmers before that, such as Ian Thorpe and Grant Hackett, in their youth program in the 1980s and 1990s. Doug Frost, who had been working with Great Britain, is also returning to coaching in Australia next month, and Gennady Turetsky, who is currently working with Ian Thorpe in Switzerland, will travel to Australia with Thorpe next month for a special sprint training camp. That's going to do it for today's Streamlined News. Thanks for watching.